Nvidia reported record revenue of $81.6 billion for the first quarter of 2026, and they are already projecting a jump to $91 billion for the next 3 months. CEO Jensen Huang described this surge in demand for hardware as utterly parabolic. This financial growth isn't coming from a simple increase in chip sales. It marks a shift in how AI is being built and defined. Earlier AI models functioned primarily as software utilities, processing a single prompt and providing a single response. Nvidia's current revenue reflects a transition from servicing these consumer software tools to building physical industrial infrastructure. The industry is moving towards Agentic AI. These are autonomous, always-on agents that work continuously in the background of large enterprises. Running these continuous agents on traditional computing architecture requires unsustainable levels of power, making the cost per token too high for most businesses to afford. The bottleneck is technical. Traditional CPUs struggle with the massive memory bandwidth needed to keep thousands of agents active simultaneously. This bandwidth limit causes systemic slowdowns when every core is forced to stay fully active for days at a time. Without a new approach to hardware, the sheer economic cost of running these agents would bankrupt a typical enterprise user. The software revolution was mathematically stalled until the physical hardware changed to support it. Nvidia is now treating the data center as an AI factory. In this model, the factory's primary function is to convert raw electricity into digital intelligence, which is measured in units called tokens. Profitability in these factories is governed by 2 metrics: performance per watt of power, and the final cost per token. This forced a redesign of the hardware itself. Nvidia began building specialized heavy machinery purpose-built for this industrial manufacturing process. By focusing on these industrial economics, Nvidia has positioned itself as the primary heavy equipment manufacturer for a new utility sector. The Nvidia Vera CPU was engineered specifically to resolve the memory bandwidth crisis that was holding back Agentic AI. The Vera architecture combines fast cores with massive memory bandwidth, allowing it to sustain peak performance even when every core is active. This removes the data traffic jam seen in traditional CPUs, allowing continuous streams of information to reach the processor without delay. Benchmark data shows that Vera runs agent sandboxes 50% faster and accelerates enterprise data queries by 3x compared to previous hardware. Combining these speed increases with higher power efficiency, the Vera architecture reduces the cost of Agentic AI inference to 1/10 the cost per token. This shift in the unit economics of computing finally makes large-scale Agentic AI financially viable for the enterprise. That 90% reduction in operating costs immediately severed an infrastructure arms race among the world's leading technology companies. The first Vera CPUs were shipped from Nvidia headquarters to major AI labs like Anthropic and OpenAI just last Friday. Additional hardware deliveries followed immediately to SpaceX AI and Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. This rapid adoption across different industrial sectors is what created the parabolic demand curve and the $91 billion revenue projection. As these autonomous agents scale, corporate survival will depend on who owns the most efficient token factories, and Nvidia is currently the world's monopoly supplier of that machinery.